What is up, guys? Welcome back to another WTF review, Christmas edition. This is going to be Santa with Muscles from 1996. The Terry Hulk Hogan vehicle. We all know and love this film. Uh, I had a chance to watch this one recently, and this film is a total piece of garbage. It's directed by John Merlowski. He's done a bunch of like cheesy B movies. He did Amityville: The Next Generation, I believe, and I can't remember which one that is. It's one of the last ones I remember watching back in the '90s when they were doing all those straight to video Amityville films. And this film has it really has a great cast. It's of course Hulk Hogan, Don Stark, which if you don't know who that is, you would instantly recognize him from tons of TV work. He was on Curb Your Enthusiasm. Garrett Morris, Mila Kunis is in this, which is she's a huge actress now, so you definitely recognize her. Clint Howard plays a bumbling police officer, and the bad guy in this film, Ebner Frost, is played by Ed Begley Jr. Yeah, really a great cast considering this is such an awful movie. But a few interesting tidbits about this movie. It's well, first of all, it's got Hogan, and he's minus the ponytail, and he's not bald. He's actually got some sort of a hairpiece, so he looks really odd having hair on the top of his head. And he doesn't have his handlebar mustache. He just has a regular mustache, and he's just a huge douchebag in this movie. Just a totally bad actor too. I mean, worse than usual. But yeah, this film is one of the producers on this film is Jordan Belford, and that's the dude that was the Wolf of Wall Street is based on. So I can only imagine the mounds and mounds of cocaine that people were on when they were doing this movie. Hogan just blowing rails. All right, brother, let's wrap it up, brother. Let's get another scene in the can. That was perfect. And I don't know, man. This movie's fucking awful. The whole basis of the movie is Hogan is this like asshole millionaire dude, and the film starts off with you think it's like some sort of he's like a I don't know, a cop or FBI or some shit, and he's trying to like break into this place, but turns out that he's just running some sort of a little scenario that he does, and he's trying to beat his best time. He's a nut, essentially he's a health nut. He eats all this great food, no cholesterol, no fat, and they constantly make jokes about that throughout the whole movie, and it's extremely funny. But he's like doing this training exercise, and he's trying to beat his best time, and all these dudes actually work for him. You initially think they're bad guys, but they work for Hogan's character, and for some reason he gets on the he's on the run from some other bad guys, and he dresses up like Santa to try to avoid these guys, and falls down, hits his head, gets amnesia, wakes up wearing the Santa suit, and thinks that he's Santa Claus. As you do. So from that point on, he's a good guy and not an asshole anymore, for the most part. And him and what's his name? John Stark's character, Lenny. Lenny's like an elf. I don't know, for like mall Santa or some shit. And they wind up at this orphanage, which is where all these kids are. Mila Kunis is one of the kids there, and this is her first role ever, I think. She's like fresh off the boat from wherever whatever country she's from, and she does a great job of playing, a little American girl, no accent at all. But another little girl there is Aria Noel Curzon, and I'm not familiar with her, but if you go on IMDb, the only picture for this movie is a photograph of the Hogan and the kids from the movie made out to her. It's it's an autograph to her, signed by Hogan, Area Curzon, whoever that is. But they wind up at this orphanage, and I don't know, man. There's a lot of crazy shit going on that I don't really care about at all. But the orphanage is shutting down. They're trying to get rid of all the kids, and these 3 kids are the only ones left at the orphanage. They're the leftovers, the one nobody wants, which is totally fucking ridiculous. But anyway, they stay in this orphanage, and this town is being like essentially destroyed by this like evil dude. That's Ed Begley Jr. Who's Frost. You know, you got Santa Claus, Frost, ha ha ha, really funny. But he does all this crazy shit, and Frost has a bunch of like really crazy guys that work for him. That like torture. They torture people to make them sell their property or whatever Frost is trying to acquire. This one chick is she's got electricity. One's like an archaeologist. I don't know what he does besides look nerdy. And then another one is a chemist. He like his whole thing is spraying people with fart gas or methane, and he says it's nature's perfume. Very funny, but you could just imagine this is some like cocaine fueled film that just it was a total piece of shit. The first time I've ever seen this, like I've seen what is it? The Nanny movie he made, Mr. Nanny or whatever, and Suburban Commando, and you know all the crazy movies that Hogan tried to do. And I was even a fan of Thunder in Paradise, and you know all of these things I'm mentioning. He was a better actor than he was in this movie. He was just very stale, very very wooden, very awful. Big recommendation for this film if you like stupid, cheesy movies. This is a perfect one to throw on and you know have some beers, laugh at. But otherwise, avoid this shit like the plague. It is god awful. But it's on YouTube if you want to check it out. It's got ads in there, but yep, it's on here. But thanks for watching, guys. See you next time. Peace out. Hope you all had a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, all that good stuff.